What up, bro?
What's good, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. In the nosebleeds again. What's up, nosebleeders? Got to bring y'all this division round. What's going down? This
Hey,
is. We only saw one good football game this weekend, but we gonna go over all of them and bring them to you like we normally do. What you think about them Cowboys and 49ers, man?
man, it's that time of year where the nosebleed seats cost an arm and a leg. But when you playing
Woo!
the game like the Cowboys and the Niners played it, it's worth every penny of it.
And I agree with you. That game right there, I want to pay my money, but that Buffalo Cincinnati game, I want a refund. But we get to that one in a minute. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about the Cowboys and the Niners. What you think, man? Cowboys did what the Cowboys always do.
I'm
They
gonna start
stunk
off
up.
by saying, how about them Cowboys? Um,
Man, what you mean? How about them? Look, bro.
I,
They gonna
how
have to
about
stop. Hey, I know they sell a lot of tickets, a lot of fans, but let's just call it what it is, man. I hate to say this, but I gotta stay consistent. Got to put Dak Prescott over there in that Kirk Cousin bucket, man. He trash. That defense played some ball today, but the quarterback let them down. He just let them. Them two interceptions was uncalled for. He got happy feet. Let's just call it what he's scared to get hit. Well, I ain't gonna even say that. I think he's so busy trying to prove he a quarterback. He's just in the pocket trying to throw. Man, run for 5 yards and play the next down.
yeah,
Dude got on my nerves, man.
he did it a couple times tonight in terms of
Not enough.
um, capitalizing on it seems to be the only weakness of this Niners team. You know, they sometimes the running quarterback kind of get to them. But, Dak made the first mistake of the game. They were, dueling back and forth, and he made another mistake. And it's telling because the rookie Purdy,
He outplayed
and
him,
I've said it in the past, he just don't lose the game for his team. And he didn't lose the game tonight.
bro. It wasn't even just that you say lose the game. Purdy was playing some ball. He was throwing it all over the field.
I think
Don't. He didn't. That way he wasn't managing the game. He was playing ball
he was rattled early. They
early. I
rattled.
mean, but the defenses was playing ball. But I'm talking about
Yeah,
quarterback for quarterback. There's no way Dak Prescott should be making them old dumbass plays he doing.
yeah.
Because
Purdy was rattled early, but he didn't make the mistake, and Dak didn't seem rattled, but he made two mistakes. It's like you know, sometimes what you know is your enemy, and what Purdy did know, he didn't let bother him, and I think just the fact that Dak could read the defenses and knew where they was coming from sometimes might have been a slight detriment because you know he was definitely sitting in that pocket a little long, and it cost him a couple times.
okay, well, let me flip this one on you. As far as I get where you trying to go, you trying. It sound like you a Cowboy fan. That's what I'm saying. But
Definitely not a Cowboy
I would
fan
say
at
I'm just
all.
go. I know you try to give it the facts the way it is, but I got to dog him though, because the game was right there. It was right there for the picking, especially after the first half, going into the second half. That when they got off the field, I think they got one first down, and then they got right off the field. Then they went down. Uh, when they got that 3 points, that should have been they should have scored on that drive. That's
Yeah,
quarterback play, man.
yeah. But you got to think about it. They're doing it against the best defense in the league statistically the whole year, and so I
I
didn't
hate.
expect. Yeah, I didn't expect a lot of offense against that Niners defense. Now, the one thing that I did expect that didn't happen, and that's why I said, how about them Cowboys? I thought they were going to get dog walked. I didn't expect them to
That's why I'm saying the defense
put
was
much
there
of a
all
fight.
day.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. So at the end,
Dak Prescott threw that ball 50 yards on the dime to CeeDee Lamb. And after that, Ray McCloud kick return all the way to the 50 to shift field position back in the favor of the Cowboys in the close game. That was a big time throw and a big time catch.
that's all. I mean, I don't know because I hear you, but they go back to what I like my argument that I gave you last week with Minnesota. If we keep getting to the same place, you not that dude. I'm just gonna be honest because it don't even look right no more. It's almost like he's. I don't want to say he's not there, but he's not. He's not in tune with the game. When you throw these interceptions, I need a little more passion out of you. Oh, my bad, I got you. Something. He just be like looking like he crazy, man. Come on, man. Anybody? No, no, no. I'm done with that. I ain't gonna even lie. I told you. I told you last week. I kind of like the. I like the team they've assembled, and I just don't see Dak getting
I
over
mean,
the
let's
hump.
talk about Ezekiel Elliott. It looks like that the
See, he's
racist.
doing something.
It looked like the racist Jerry Jones might have been right. He really didn't want to pay Dak long term. He really didn't want to pay Ezekiel Elliott long term. And Tony Pollard's injury was huge.
All right,
To me,
that
he
was
was the
oh,
only
that was
person.
definitely huge. That was huge. That was the game.
Yeah, to me, he was the only person in the backfield that was really
Shifting
impacting the
it
games.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they had to put CD Lamb back there to try to do what Pollard normally do. But you know what's crazy though? You heard it here first, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's right after the game, but I'm telling you, our first thing I thought was McCarthy out, Sean Payton to Dallas. You heard it here first. I gotta put it
Sean
out
Payton
there
in Dallas.
to Dallas because they say it's two teams they say been in and running. Dallas didn't do what they were supposed to do. Remember a couple years ago he left New Orleans. He was trying to get to Dallas.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: the last time Jerry Jones had a real coach, they won the championship. So I don't think that Jerry Jones, he feels like he knows more than his coaches, and that's why he hires yes men like Mike McCarthy.
Sean
So,
Payton
so I don't see
to
Sean
Dallas.
Payton getting that job. I don't see him hiring Sean Payton. I don't see Sean Payton going underneath that scrutiny that he will be under in Dallas. Um,
The team is set for him. If he really an X's and O's coach, might have to get him a quarterback, but I'm just saying.
I mean, again, Dak didn't get it done, and
No, he did.
he didn't play horrible. They got the first touchdown, but then there we go, the kicking game. Staggers on them one more time, and this time instead of a missed field goal, it's a blocked field goal. But I guess it still goes down as a miss. And that kid needed to see that first one go in my opinion. Though I give Miles credit, he wasn't rattled. He responded to make an extra point and a field goal after that. But I thought that was going to destroy the young man's confidence. But it didn't seem to bother him like I thought it would.
Just one more on that game there. George Kittle was balling. I got to give my man some props. He was
Man, one of the most amazing catches that I've seen.
man.
Especially
Diggs
from a
should have
tight
pulled him
end.
up though. On that little fumble when he went for the little shoulder, he should have flipped him. He wouldn't have caught that ball. But
Yeah, look, I mean, but again, shit, motherfuckers is damn near dying on the field. So did he really want to hit him? Shit, 'cause that was gonna be
yeah,
that,
okay, I give you that one.
that was gonna be a high impact collision if he does hit him. But fortunately for both men, it looked like he missed him. But man, what about the concentration to tip a pass that's too high back to yourself?
Keep
It
running.
hits you in the forehead. You keep running after it bounce off your forehead, and then to be able to grab it with two hands. Kittle shows that him. Some of the plays, him and Kelsey. We're gonna talk about Kelsey in a minute, but the tight end play in the NFL has just
You
been.
might well transition over to Kansas City and Jacksonville anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that game, I mean, to me, Patrick Mahomes got hurt, but they had a better team to begin with. The game wasn't really that good. If it was a better team, I think
I'm not gonna
Kansas
say
City
it
could.
wasn't that good. 20, 27-20. I
But you
mean,
looking at points. You looking
that's
at points. I'm talking about the game. Watching
that,
the game, it was a whole. It was just. It wasn't nothing to really write. You know what I mean? Write home about.
well, I thought it was. I definitely love how the game started. To see that, what's my man name? Andy Reid. Andy Reid pull out the option play, first
Right.
play of the
Right.
game.
Right.
Reminded me of being back at Lou Wallace. You know what I'm saying?
High school football.
Yeah, man.
I get you.
Seeing Sean McDaniels run down the line and pitch it. That was a fun play to watch. You hadn't seen them pull out something like that, but that's the reason why last week I said Andy Reid was one of the best coaches in the game. I mean,
Okay.
he really makes it fun. And then to watch Prescott, I mean not Prescott, to watch Mahomes just cook. You know, he had over 5,000 yards on the season, 41 touchdowns to only 12 interceptions, and everybody thought he was going to take a dip because he lost Tyreek Hill.
Nah,
I
he did.
mean,
He didn't lose
nah. I
nothing.
mean, Mahomes is just he has been cooking he has been good. And that first drive was indicative of it.
Well, Mahomes is one of my favorite quarterbacks. And actually, I hate to say it because I'm not a Bengals fan, but after that Bengals Bill game, I'm kind of liking Joe Burrow right now. I want to say Joe Burrow is probably the best quarterback in the league between him and Mahomes, but I'm just saying because that's 2 games in a row. Josh Allen that had a sucky ass game. I ain't like it.
I mean, again, I'm not gonna call it a sucky game. Allen didn't play
He do
horrible,
like it.
but hold on, we got to finish talking about the KC game. That Josh Allen is a whole nother story to me, but to Trevor Lawrence played a very very good game. I wrote in my notes Lawrence was good, but Mahomes was greater, right? Like Lawrence in terms of these young quarterbacks in the league that's out there, he's probably like 7 or 8, 6, 7 or 8, maybe 9 or 10. But he's in the mix,
He coming.
and I
He
think that
coming. He coming.
he's coming. I think he's going to be good. And
Travis
what
Etienne
about
ball too. The running back.
yeah? They played together in college, so
Yeah.
and then to see Kelsey, man. I mean, all Travis Kelsey does is get in the right position at the right time. There was a touchdown catch on that first drive where he blocked down, block.
And spent.
They ran that little out with the wide receivers or
And he
whatever.
went the other way.
He turned around
Nice.
and just caught. It reminded me of a pick and roll. You know what I'm saying in basketball. He turned, opened up to the quarterback. Quarterback hits him. He runs it in for the touchdown, and that was one of 2 touchdowns. So, like Travis Kelsey, Kittles, uh, Dawson. Dawson knows what the guy from Buffalo, Goddard from
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. All 4 teams are really, really, really good. And I think the reason why they're really, really good because they have that tight end to kind of bridge the gap between the running game and the passing game.
Bills, Bengals. You trying to avoid that game? I'm trying to tell
No,
you.
I'm not trying to avoid the
Okay,
game,
I'm
man.
gonna say the Bills sneaking up.
No, but before we switch, man, I got to be the player of the game for that Jaguars Chiefs games was Chad Henne. Mahomes goes down with the ankle injury.
Oh yeah,
Chad
that
Henne
98,
comes in,
that 98, yeah,
drives
98,
98
yard
yards,
drive. Yeah, he came
98
in and picked it
yards,
right up. Yeah, you're right.
12 plays, took 6.5 minutes off the clock. I mean, that was huge.
It
That
was
was
definitely
huge.
huge. It kept them ahead to the point where like when Mahomes did come back second half, all he was doing was managing the game. He didn't have to play from behind. He didn't have to do nothing on that ankle that he sprained.
He didn't have to do a lot because
Exactly.
Henne came in and stepped up. And like, again, I done watched a lot of bad quarterback play this year.
Man.
And,
Oh,
we talking about starting quarterbacks leaving to get rid of people. But to have the luxury of a Chad Henne on our last show, I talked about the third string quarterbacks who balled out. But to see a second streamer, come in and play like that is just freaking huge. I always say be ready when your number is called when I'm coaching. And, he was definitely ready when his number was
he
called.
been in the league like 10 years, I think. So
Yeah,
yeah, I've been a backup. Hey, it's a position for you as a backup. You making money sitting behind folks. But he came in ready, so that's good shit.
definitely good shit. To me, he saved the day. Now we can get to that Bengals Bill matchup. Now, what's your take that you so hot on, from that game
Josh
that you keep
Allen,
trying to
man,
get
you
me
at
on that?
home. I done spent my playoff money for these good seats, And I know I'm in the nosebleed, bro, but we supposed to be winning. You can't just come out here and lay an egg like that. Give me my money back, man. Because
No,
Josh Allen's supposed to be that dude. He was there. He gonna start trying to turn it on with like 7 minutes left in the game. Come on, man. No, don't do me like that.
I mean, again, I still think that the Bengals are shook from the Hamlin injury, and especially when early in the
As a
game.
team,
Yes,
that's
as a
possible.
team,
Okay. They looked
as
at
a
like
team,
they laid an egg. You right. I ain't think about that. I forgot.
as a team. And then when you saw the two defensive backs collide, and both of them laying on the ground,
That was
and
at
people
toward the end of
running
the
out
game.
to,
That was toward
no,
the
that
end.
was the beginning of the game, and to see that in that moment was kind of surreal for me. I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna happen this time? But they both was able to get back up and
It was
play. But
already okay. It might have been at the beginning of the game, but it was already 21-0.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
I'm on the offense, but the defense didn't come to play. They just didn't look that good at all to me today. So I agree with you.
they
I,
gave they gave Burrow too much time. Like you
way
could
too much time. Way too much time. Well, I agree with you on that. But you know what's funny? It made me look at Cincinnati's team, and I like Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I mean, shit, he carried the ball well. He ran hard.
He was running that ball.
Yeah, and then Chase is a star, but like one of my buddies, Keith Samuel, mentioned to me, he said the impact of Von Miller's injury kind of stood out, and I definitely got to agree with that a little bit. They just they couldn't get enough to you know touch that quarterback,
They
and
lost
maybe
Von
if
Miller
Von
at
Miller
like
was
week
the
8 or something. Week 9. I hear it.
no,
He's an
he
impact player.
he played through December. He played until the beginning of December. I don't know what week that is, but
Okay,
you
well,
know,
either way, that was about 5 or 6 games ago. It's
mm,
time you can sure something up by that end. By that time, don't get me wrong. He's an impact player and he made a big impact. But they laid an egg, special teams, offense, and defense. That wasn't one. You can't like. I'm mad at Josh Allen because I thought at least Josh Allen would have, but he can't show up a whole team. So, like you said, the defense, Joe Burrow was getting anything he wanted, and I was kind of sitting there thinking like, is he this good or is Buffalo this bad? It had me throw for a minute, but I'm
I
starting to lean toward he
mean,
might be that
again, their
good.
weakness is supposed to be their offensive line. Here's the second year in a row
I'm
we're
just
looking at
saying.
Burrow knocking on the door of the Super Bowl, and last year he did it with such poise and grace and cold bloodedness and two very tough AFC in the AFC divisional round, then turn around and beat KC in the AFC championship round. And so, I mean, Burrow has made a whole lot out of nothing. And again, being a Steelers fan and watching them in the AFC North, I don't never want to root for the Bungles.
When you
But
wait a minute. You said a whole lot of out of nothing. What do you mean? Because they got a squad. I sat there and watched them today. They was good.
no, I mean, again, before they brought Chase in, you know, those bunch of second string receivers that they had, he couldn't really get a lot done with. They
Which,
still ain't upgraded the offensive line. He gave away. He got sacked 7, 9 times last year against the Titans. Uh,
Chase was there
to,
last year, wasn't he?
yeah, but no, but not the year before.
They both came out of college the same year, didn't he? Or no?
Nope,
Oh,
nope,
okay. Yeah,
nope.
that
They
year before.
drafted Chase
I know
because he
exactly what
played
you're
well.
talking about. Yeah. Burrow was getting sacked like 20 times a game with some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he was getting beat up, and
yeah, yeah.
they found a way today to block Buffalo, or was it Buffalo could generate enough
It was one of the two. But I
rush?
remember you saying that when he first came out, they was I remember you saying they was go they was gonna get Burrow hurt if they'll protect him. I remember you said that. That's funny.
I mean, we beat the Steelers beat Cincinnati first game of the season, and T.J. Watt was on top of his head, and we usually get the Bengals fits, but I got to give them props. Cincinnati fans, y'all deserve this. Let's see if they can get back and do something, but it's looking like they still gonna have to get through a pretty tough Chiefs team. But that ankle injury from Mahomes could play big
We're gonna get to
uh,
that in a second.
in that championship game.
Let's get to this old I just gotta see how you feel about this because this is what you told me. Is Daniel Jones still a star to you? I'm just because you said that. I'm trying to because this dude went like, ugh, 12 for 30 for 135 yards or some bullshit.
117 yards. It's
Yeah,
even
with an
worse.
interception.
But the
Talk to me, man. I mean,
I'm gonna
just
tell you,
give him your take or something.
last week I dubbed Daniel Jones a star in the league, and I said that he could solidify it this week, and this week he just did not look like the same player that he was last weekend. I don't know if it was that Eagles defense that done played really, really, really well this year, or he's just not that caliber quarterback. And I guess next year will tell. He's a free agent going into next
He lost
season.
himself some money with that game.
That well, it could be. And to me, to kind of chime in on what you just said, his press conference was morbid as hell. He was pretty much saying but goodbye to everybody, like
Damn.
he knew something that
Ooh.
we don't know. So will Daniel Jones be in a Giants uniform next year? I guess
I'm
only
gonna mess
time will
you up
tell.
though, and really, I'm gonna give you his play for that game yesterday. He go probably end up being somebody bag up like Chad Henne the next 10 years. That's just my opinion. But I'm gonna tell you what I thought about after I watched that game. I don't even know if that game was watching me because that shit was horrible. But I started thinking like, damn, what you said about Minnesota being losers. They are really horrible. How the fuck y'all let that team beat you? And they was on the TV getting their ass whooped yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota is Minnesota, but the one thing that I'm not gonna let us get away with, I was saying, and I've been saying it all year long, Jalen Hurts is the best football player in the NFL.
Did you see his
And
coach try to say he the Michael Jordan of the NFL? I just his coach said it on the press conference. Don't put it on me.
I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm
That,
just
but
saying. It was saying, man, we got to report the news. What you mean? You ain't got no take on that?
man, my take on it is Jalen Hurts as a player is a lot better than a Michael Jordan.
Huh? Say it one more time.
He's better than a Michael Jordan. He's not a one trick pony. He's not just a throwing quarterback. He's not just a running quarterback. He's a a floor general. Uh, the man
He's
just kind
poised.
of does it all.
He's
He's like
poised. He
a
throws
Magic
strikes.
Johnson.
Yeah, I like it.
He's like a Magic Johnson on the football field. I mean,
Okay.
the first couple of drives to get up 21-0, two passing touchdown, one rushing touchdown. I mean, what else do you want from the kid at this point? Like, he's had a great, great season. And again, he's played so well the majority of the year that, since about week 6 or 7, I've been saying the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. And though the Niners look good, man, Jalen Hurts and that Philadelphia Eagles squad looks very formidable for any contender at this point.
Okay. So looking forward then. Niners against the Eagles. What that's looking like to you?
Man, a clash of the Titans. But the only thing that has hurt the Niners defense all year long has been the running quarterback. And so now they're going to face the ultimate running quarterback and Jalen Hurts. And, if he
That's
slips out a few times, 30, 40 yards, I can see that game not getting out of hand because that defense is that fast. And, I think it's the only team in the league that has linebackers that can guard wide receivers in pass routes. That's how fast and disciplined that 49ers defense is. And so we'll see. It's gonna be a one heck of a game, but I gotta go with my original mind and say that the Eagles are gonna beat the Niners, even though I think that McCaffrey pickup, just when you thought McCaffrey wasn't doing nothing in the game this week, he explodes in that second half for some really solid runs, hit some holes really hard, and you knew that they had, a big time running back in the backfield.
I got the Eagles winning too, but I got them winning the close game, like another dog fight like we saw today. But I think the Eagles, like you said, Jalen Hurts, they got a more solid quarterback that can get them over that hump. So it's still gonna be a close game, 3, 4 point game or something like that. But I think the Eagles go pull that out.
I mean, I think it's about it's every position you can compare somebody great,
And they
right?
at home with them Philly fans, bro.
Man, I hate fucking
Yeah, I
Philly
know you
fans.
do, but I'm telling you though,
I
man,
hate
that's gonna come into play, bro.
man, Philly fans get on my
We're gonna,
goddamn
but
nerves.
this gonna be the first real test for Brock Purdy, because since he been back there as a rookie, he ain't been on the road and tasted none of that Philadelphia hatred. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying they finna
Just
bring that old.
flat out hostility.
That's
Motherfuckers
what I'm
who rather
saying. They finna bring it, and you know that how that's coming.
motherfuckers who will go to jail just to try to spit on your ass in a game like this.
I'm
I mean,
just saying. Yeah.
them motherfuckers in Philly, boy. But I think it's definitely gonna be the ultimate test for Purdy. But I think his balloon pops a little bit against the Eagles. It's just something about that Eagles team. Now he battled probably some of the best secondary plus pass rush, today against Dallas, and I thought he was a little bit shook. And I think the Eagles go ahead and shake him up a little bit more, and we see a pick from him, something we hadn't seen in a couple of weeks. Um, and again, I just think Samuels, and McCaffrey. Samuels has been running really, really well this season. McCaffrey has historically been better. When you start talking about Debo against Brown, and even though they're not matching up directly against each other, but to see who gets the check at who's better at what position set, man, this is gonna be one heck of a game.
What about what you got? Bengals and Chiefs, because that's a rematch from last year.
Man, one of the best games I've ever seen as a football fan.
Oh,
That Bengals Chiefs
okay.
game last year. I've been wanting to see this rematch. I kind of called this rematch at the beginning of the playoffs. This is the game I think everybody wants to see, and the only thing that can prevent it from being the shootout that I think it is that the health of Mahomes. Though I think Chad Heaney will come in and play well, it ain't nothing watching Mahomes contort and dip and sidearm and make passes that no other human being can possibly make. He's like the what's my man from the Fantastic Four, Mr. Plastic Man.
Right.
Uh, Man, he just makes plays that are extremely hard look really easy.
Well, you know, I'm expecting it to be a good game regardless, but I'm expecting Kansas City to get this one. And the reason why I'm expecting them to get this one, I don't think, and like I said, I could be wrong. I really don't know because I really don't follow the Bengals at all. I watch the scores or whatever. I can't see Joe Burrow throwing that ball around the field again like he was getting whatever. That was looking real suspect to me today. If he like that, he like that. But I need to see it again. So
I think both defenses is going to struggle. I think that I think Burrow's going to get some time just like he did this week. You know, the Chiefs don't really haven't had a significant pass rush all season, um, and I think Mahomes will have enough time. Though there's a very active Bengals defense, they're not creme de la creme, in the league, and so I see it being a high scoring game, something we really haven't seen. Maybe 35-38, but I'm definitely going with 35-38 Mahomes. I think he wants the revenge, the
35,
loss of last
a
year.
lot of fucking points.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be very high scoring. I think both offenses are gonna cook and not be able to be stopped. I think Andy Reid will come up with creative plays, and again, as long as that ankle can be iced and whatever else throughout the week, and they go ahead and give him that pain shot on next Sunday, we'll be looking at the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Okay then. So all right, well give us a shout out from the nosebleed for this week.
Man, for the shout out for the nosebleed this week, I want to shout out everybody who hit us up on the subscription and everybody who dropped a comment. Uh, we really appreciate it, and I love to debate. And so, if you feel like your take is better than mine, go ahead and drop a comment and we can discuss it.
All day, please. That's my. I was gonna send the same shout out. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, because off top we respond to every comment. And if your taste is that good, you never know. We'll bring you on. It's the nosebleed. It goes down up here.
There it
So
goes down.